Hello everyone, it's NoodleHouse here and we're back on Chaos Child, and the killer was talking to Ito in private in the newspaper club room. So we just had a nice revelation and we're going to continue on, see what we can find from here. Which meant that someone close enough to Ito to have a chat like that, and someone who would belong to the newspaper club. By process of elimination, who could I rule out? Which of the people didn't I suspect? I mean, well, first of all, she wouldn't talk, so I could rule out Kazuki. Even when she was in the club room, she always playing ESO too. She never spoke to anyone. Even if she was alone with Ito, she would never talk to him. I guess it'd be Uki, because she was like never in the club room, right? Yeah, I could definitely rule out Uki. There was a call from my missing phone that Ito had received. At first, I thought it was her doing, but now I'd known Ito had done it all himself. If she and Ito were working together, there was no need for him to install that app. He could have just had Uki make the call. So I could rule her out. I guess next to Kunosato, because she's not a member of the newspaper club. I'd only met Kunosato, that's right, it was after Ito had faked that call. At that point we'd never met, which meant it didn't match with Ito's evidence. I could eliminate her. I guess it'd be him? Yeah, I could take Kawahara off the list. He was friends with Kurizu, but not that close to Ito. And because of Kurizu, he didn't like the newspaper club. It was hard to imagine the two of them were talking in private here. I guess the other one would be Shinjo. It's probably safe to take Shinjo off the list of suspects. Ito and Shinjo had only met after I got on the call. Yeah, it was safe to rule them out. Hana Kazuki, Uki Yamazoe, Miyako Sato, Takeshi Shinjo, Masahashi Kawahara. I could rule out these five, which left, if I use Ito's evidence to narrow it down further, I talked with them for a while, and then, that's right, they showed me a picture of you on your phone. The killer had a picture of me, and a picture of me at Albadorn with Yui. If I was smiling, that meant it was a pretty old one. If nothing else, it had to be from before I left to go live by myself in the park. And the only ones who could show Ito that picture were probably, there are only 3 people who could have done it. Well, would have been her first of all. Kurizu would have pictures of everyone from Albadorm, obviously, and probably old photos of me too, which meant she fit the criteria of the real killer. The only ones who could have showed Ito that picture were probably would have been Serika. Serika was my childhood friend. She'd known me for longer than anyone. Of course, she probably had plenty of old photos of me. And when I lived in Albadorm, she came over almost every day. She'd gone along with everyone. Of course, she'd have a photo of Yui too. In other words, she fit the criteria to be the real killer. And the only other one would have been me, right? Me? All my old photos of myself and the people at Albadorm had been lost along my cell phone at AH Tokyo General Hospital. And that phone hadn't been found yet. In other words, since I didn't have any photos like that, I wasn't the killer. For a moment I was relieved, but then I realised my mistake. When had someone begun controlling Ito's mind? I didn't know. Maybe it was from before I dropped my phone. So it's possible I could have showed Ito the old photo. In other words, I couldn't rule myself out. And so I'm left with these 3, huh? I pursed my lips as I stared at the photos on the map. The real killer is one of these 3 people? Kurizu, Inoue, or me? One of us was the person who killed all those psychics, and done that to Yui? I come up with a lot of different theories, but looking back at them, they all seem so impossible. At some point, the setting sun had disappeared beyond the artificial horizon created by the city's skyline, and night was falling. How many hours were left until November 4th began? I grabbed my bag and ran out of the room. I wanted something. Some form of unshakable evidence. Evidence proving who the killer was. No, that's not right. That's not right. That's not what I wanted. What I wanted was proof that neither Kurizu, Serika, nor I was the killer. Kurizu. I pushed my way through the media camps that still crowded around the clinic and ran inside just as Uki was coming out of the exam room. She was holding Yuto's laundry, and she nearly spilled it on the floor when she saw me. Takuru? Huh? Yuto took his medicine and finally fell asleep, so please. Oh. Why are you such a hurry? Do you need to talk to Nono? It's important. Where is she now? She was wearing me and Yuto. I think she's in her room right now. I see. I reminded Uki to make sure that once the fourth began, she was never let herself be alone. Then I headed upstairs to the dorm. Kurizu, you here? Kurizu. I knocked on the door, but there was no answer. That was strange. If she was in the room, she should still be able to answer. I'm coming in, okay? I softly turned the doorknob. It wasn't locked. I opened the door just a little to look inside. The lights were off and the room was pitch black. Did she go to sleep already? Maybe she wasn't feeling well. She tried her best to hide it, but ever since Yui had died, she'd been a mess. She wasn't eating much. She clearly lost weight. It hurt to look at her. Hey, are you okay? Should I call Dad? I spoke softly as I came inside and approached the bed. Huh? No one was there. She wasn't lying on the bed or sofa or sitting at the desk. Where the hell did she go? I turned on the light, but the room was completely empty. I remember that she'd said something about sleeping in my room before and checked there. But it was empty too. Hey, Kurizu? I didn't want to wake Yuto, but still I shouted as I ran downstairs. Oh, Miyashiro, hey there. Aramura was in the dining room. She was paging through a girls' magazine, looking bored. Aramura, sorry, but can you take care of Uki? No, I'm not a guardian anyway. You're a target too, so you need to stay with us. Protect me and Uki both, why don't you? Aramura frowned and glared at me. I will once it's the fourth. Anyway, have you seen Kurizu? Kurizu, she just left. She left? Why? I looked at the clock and it was already past 7. I don't know, she was in a hurry. I tried to tell her. Tried to talk to her and she wasn't paying attention. Is she mind controlled? I'm leaving too. I'll be right back. So just watch Uki for me. I have a bad feeling about this. Wait, I told you, I'm not a guardian Miyashiro. She screamed at me, but I ignored her and ran down the stairs. I had a terrible premonition, and my heart was pounding so hard I felt it would burst out my chest. As I was about to exit through the clinic door, Uki poked her head out from the exam room again. Takuru, I'm so sorry, but can you please be quiet? Yeah. Did something happen? No, it's just that Kurizu. Then something caught my eye in the exam room. It was Dad's computer, the one Kurizu had been using before. A pair of stereo headphones were plugged into the front audio terminal. I thought for a moment, then stopped and went into the exam room. Uki saw the look on my face and drew back a little as if she was scared. Is Dad not here? You will have to look at some patients this afternoon, so he can't do it here with all the media around. Then what's this? I pointed to the headphones and Uki looked troubled. She'd probably been told not to tell me. It was definitely Kurizu who had been using them. Of course she wouldn't need these just to browse the internet, which meant I could guess what she was doing. Kurizu was a liar too, just like I was today. I turned on the computer and looked at the browsing history. She either wasn't in the habit of deleting it, or had been in such a hurry she didn't have time. The history was still there, and I clicked on and found the site where the first video from the return of the New Generation Madness, the Don't Look At Me case. She was looking at this again. I put on the headphones and pressed play. I screamed and ripped them off. The volume was so loud that I thought it would blow out my eardrums. I could hear Yuto rolling around the bed behind me and Uki put her hand over my mouth. No, don't be loud. I made an I'm sorry gesture, then watched the video and kept playing at loud volume. That was close. I almost went deaf. Had the volume been set to maximum somehow? I quickly lowered it and put my headphones back on and looked at the screen. Was she watching this? Yes. Uki's voice was soft. She really had been told to keep quiet about it. This whole time? No, the video really scared me, so I tried not to watch it. But I think she kept stopping and replaying the same section over and over. And then she seemed to notice something. She suddenly told me she needs to go to her room and asked me to watch Yuto. I don't know much more than that, I'm sorry. Her shoulders slumped as if she was ashamed of her uselessness. No, thanks. I nodded and told her not to worry about it. But Brother Takuru? Huh? Then I heard a frail voice. That's you, right, big brother Takuru? Did I wake you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Yuto. It was Yuto. He hadn't been asleep after all. No, it's fine. I looked over the bed and saw that the drugs had almost put him to sleep again. He was trying his best to keep his tired eyes open. I know what she's doing. What? Princess Nana was looking at just one part over and over. I could tell from the sounds of the mouse that was coming out of her headphones. Just one part over and over? She'd only been watching one part of the video. It was on maximum so she could hear the knocking. Or something like that. That's what I'm going to assume. But why? No way. I think I know who the killer is, and it was revealed in one of the previous episodes. And I should have noticed it there and then, but I didn't. No way. I stared at the computer screen. Had Kuroso found something? I reckon it's Serika, by the way. Some clue to the killer? Did she find something in this video? Brother Takuru? Huh? Can you take revenge for my sister? Can you catch the person who made it so I'll never see my sister again? Yeah, leave it to me. I'll catch them. Sis. Yuto started to cry, so I left him in Yuki's care and took the phone out of my pocket and dialed a number that I knew very well. I grew more and more anxious with each passing ring. Kurusu, where do you go? Pick up the phone. You didn't go to find the killer yourself, did you? I told you not to do that. This is what you do if you found the killer first, right? I know exactly what you think. I suddenly felt like I heard her voice. How long are you going to keep pretending to be my big sister? You're a crybaby and a coward, and you always rely on me, so pick up the phone, damn it. The only thing that I heard was the endless ringing sound. She didn't have a voicemail. She had an old phone, clearly. November 3rd, 2015, Tuesday. Udagawacho Shibuya. That is a hell of a word. Like, if you look at that and you have no idea of the Japanese language, you're like, that's just a lot of syllables? I don't understand. The path to Hekio Academy. Kurusu was walking along an empty street. Her breathing was a little heavy. She'd been walking a long time at a fast pace. She was wearing her school uniform. There was a school rule that said whenever you went out on campus, you had to wear a uniform. It was funny to realise that she'd been obeying it even now. She just found a clue that Don't Look At Me video and asked a certain person to meet her at Hekio Academy. The person said they couldn't be there immediately, but they would call her when they got to the school. So there was no need to hurry. There was plenty of time until she got there. That's what Nono told herself. But her body kept driving her forward. Oh, my phone. She realised that she hadn't looked at it in a long time. She must have been under more strain than she realised. She looked and saw several calls from Takuru and Aramura. She thought of stopping and heading back, but then decided she realised it was impossible. She couldn't go back to Albadorm now. If she saw Takuru's face, her determination would waver. Her determination would waver and she would change her mind. So now the only thing she could do was go forwards. Now she realised the hidden truth. I'm sorry, I guess I'm a liar after all. She apologised to her absent brother and tapped the phone in the pocket, and then glared at the hill in front of her as she readied herself for what was to come. She had to rid herself of any kindness or sentimentality. Even if she didn't intend any mercy now, she might find herself in a moment of weakness later. At night, the academy was an ominous, dark silhouette amidst the dazzling lights of Shibuya. It was as if it knew what was coming. Usually there was a guard in the room attached to the front gate, but for some reason she couldn't see him. The air felt tense. She shook off uncertainty and went inside. She went into the dark newspaper club room and turned on the fluorescent lights. Oh. Nono decided to wait here for her call, but when she arrived she found something unexpected. It was the map that they'd put up to analyse the case, which had been taken down for a while before. It was back on the wall. There were several new pictures and pieces of information that she hadn't seen before. That was probably Takuru's doing. He'd been continuing to hunt the killer in secret too. Takuru, you're a liar too. She felt herself letting her guard down as she thought of Takuru and quickly shook her head. She brought up a chair close to the wall and sat down and stared at the map. Takuru had said something once. But lately, I felt the case is chasing us instead. Looking back, several things had happened that could be explained that way. Kurisu had decided that Takuru's life was in danger because he was a psychic, and that she was going to save him. But if the killer was just after Takuru's life, were more direct ways to go about it. Instead, they got the return of the new generation of madness killings, and what had happened to Yui. It would have been easy for them to take Takuru's life, but just like Takuru had said, the case seemed to be closing in on them from all sides, which meant they aren't after Takuru's life, they're after something else involving him. That was the only thing that made sense, but she couldn't figure out what it could be. But then she saw a piece of paper on the board. Haida had Minamisawa's ID card. That fact had sent her mind reeling. One of the reasons she'd figure out it was Rika Haida. But I know who is working behind the scenes, trying to achieve whatever the goal is. It all started with the ID card that Senri Minamisawa had, and that was without a doubt her real card. But no one but Kurisu could have known where it was. All of Senri's things lay beneath the memorial. Kurisu had put them there herself. All of Senri's family had died in the earthquake. She had no surviving relatives. So after the memorial had gone up, Kurisu had put them there. Even Kawahara, the other boy who had been playing with them, didn't know that. It was a secret about Senri that only Kurisu knew. But Rika Haida had held that secret. No, she'd been given it. How was that possible? Mind reading. The power to see other people's thoughts and memories. Kikita, the victim of the revolving dead case, had supposedly possessed it. The killer had used it to read Kurisu's mind. And that was how they were able to find Senri's ID card. In other words, it's someone who I've made contact with. And as she found out that was hidden in the Don't Look at Me video, she had no choice but to fight them. She probably made contact with them more than once or twice, because they were one of her closest friends. And I'm going to end the episode here. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like in the section below, and if you want to see more of this, then do subscribe to the channel every day. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.